G'day, Kia here. Today we're going to do some caveman kombucha, and all we're going to deal with basically is the products that I've got on hand today: white sugar, black tea and some herbal tea for some added health benefits and obviously a little bit of flavour. The fruit that we're going to be using afterwards, I've got what's seasonal today is persimmon, plum. I do have some star anise, I particularly like that. It gives me good flavour in my finished product, and some cinnamon quill. I love cinnamon. And we're looking at rainwater. Never use chlorinated water because it's going to it'll kill your culture, as I found out. Okay, so today we're actually going to go a little bit in reverse. We'll play with what I've got on hand because obviously I have all my containers full of kombucha at this stage. So this is what I call a SCOBY hotel. So when I pull my drink out, floating on the top of there is this slimy little culture which you can cook with. You can do all kinds of things with it, including giving it to your chooks. Very healthy. I just drop that in there for now. Then I need this container. So once your liquid is in this form and you've taken your SCOBY out, you can do two things. You can just drink it as it is, which is fine, or you can bottle it with some fruit, give it extra flavouring, and let it ferment a little bit more. So what I do with mine, I just use this gauze here as a bit of, this gets all the other bits of culture that's still floating around in my container. It gets it out. Fill this bottle up here. Worry about that lot in a minute. What I do now with this is I put in a bit of fruit. Two full persimmon, sorry, because they're only a little persimmon. And I'm just going to drop in one cinnamon quill. It just gives me a little bit of flavour, and I do like cinnamon. A little bit of a shake. Righto, a couple of things we can do with that now. I can put that in, you can put that in your cupboard, and over the next couple of days it will carbonate, so it'll become quite gaseous when you pop your top off it. It won't blow up, it's not like ginger beer. So my kombucha hotel, I'll just cover him up. And all this stuff is, guys, it's just a gauze to stop any bugs and insects and dust and stuff getting into your product in your cupboard. Get him out of the sun. Okay, this fella here is a purpose-made kombucha storage device. Obviously it's got a little tap there. Quite expensive to buy it new, I believe, but we bought it at a swap and buy garage sale type thing, or offer. That'll do. So I'm just going to get rid of the rest of this. Pour all that in there. Righto, so making your kombucha. First of all, boiling water, obviously, but rainwater. It's all clear of chemicals. All I put in is enough there, maybe a cup. I basically put in, this is a 2 litre container, and I'll put in probably 5 or 6 tea bags. I just drop those in. I've got 3 of the black tea and 2 of the chamomile honey tea. Give those a bit of a stir. And for 2 litres of product, I want a half a cup of sugar. I quite often go on the lean side, but it does its job, so I put that all in, and then all I do, keep stirring that up. Obviously that draws the tea and it dissolves the sugar. Give that a couple of seconds, make sure everything's all out of there. Pull my tea bags out. You can leave your tea in there for longer. It all depends on how strong you want your tea. Okay, so I got cold, same thing, same rainwater. Now you don't want your, when you get your water going, you don't want it too hot because you're going to be putting a living culture in there. So you just need to make sure. I never had that water boiling. I had boiled it, but I let it cool down before I used it, just enough to dissolve the sugar and to draw the tea. So just check it and make sure. As I said, it's, I don't know what the temperature is supposed to be. But the next additive that we want here is we put a SCOBY back in there. because that helps it grow again. I try and spread that fella out on top. It will sink, and if it does, doesn't matter. I just try and keep him floating. Kind of acts as a seal on the top. Now what I want is probably a cup of existing kombucha tea. So I just take that out of this, and I drink straight out of this container. I'll drink it anyway, but for this I just want it, and it just adds a bit of pre-mix to your new mix. That's it. Righto, so I've got my SCOBY in there out of my hotel. Put a bit of gauze on the top. I just use chucks because I have a roll of it. Basically, folks, stick that in a dark cupboard somewhere where it's fairly constant temperature, and give it about 6 to 8 days. And that's about it. Pour myself a beverage here. And there you go, enjoy it. Wonderful for your belly, good for your health. Bottoms up. Beautiful.